if you're burnt out, if you're tired, if you're exhausted, if you're feeling stuck, maybe depressed, maybe down, maybe lost, I want to tell you this, you're not broken. You're just out of balance. Most of us believe that when we get tired, when we get sick, that we failed. Somehow we're broken. And that's such a heavy feeling. And so we stop breathing and we stop moving and we stop eating. And guess what? That's a downward spiral. But it doesn't have to be that way. The first thing we have to do is realize that we're all just human. And that sometime we're going to get tired. Sometime we're going to get sick. Sometime we're going to get angry, or sometimes we're going to feel anxious. It's okay. It happens to everyone. Don't get down on yourself about it. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive our bodies. We have to forgive our minds. It's okay. And the great thing is that it's not permanent. Nothing is permanent. Everything can change. Anything that comes down can come back up again. We just have to do the little things to rebalance ourselves and our mind and our body. The very act of forgiving yourself, of like, all right, it's okay, I'm just human, this happened, but I don't have to stay this way, it's so freeing. And that very feeling of freeing, that optimism, is what's going to help you start to heal immediately. So once we can stop blaming ourselves, we can take an honest look at our lives. If our life is filled with stress, if we're not eating properly, if we're not getting enough sleep, if we're doing things that don't feel right to our inner selves, of course we're going to get out of balance. And if we're always stressed, our body goes into a state of fight or flight. And I remember a story that a shaman I was studying with told me. He was in Africa and he saw a gazelle by the water, and they saw like a tiger approaching it. And his heart started racing. He was really anxious. His body got all tense. He started sweating. Now, the creature sensed that the tiger was coming, and it took off. Like its heart started beating, and it took off. But the thing is, it got away from the tiger, it came back, and he saw a little ripple go down its body, and it totally let go. It totally let go of that experience. It had a reset button in it to let go of the fight or flight. Once the danger was gone, it released. Things that we don't have that automatic button. So there are some things that we have to do to ourselves to reset ourselves and get out of fight or flight. And when we can do that, the healing starts. You know, people come and they ask me about, to be spiritual, to heal, do we have to do more yoga? Do we have to do more meditation? Do we have to work out harder? And very often the answer is no. The answer is no. You don't have to do more. You can do less. And that's a very powerful concept, is a concept of letting go, of sitting in stillness. Our lives are so much fire. They're so active. All the social media around us, all the traffic, all the obligations. It's always go, 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 push, push, push. And so there's yin and there's yang. The yang is the fire, the yin is the water. And what happens is that the fire grows and the water gets depleted. So we're way out of balance. What do we have to do? We have to increase the water and calm the fire. We just have to come back into balance. And how do you do that? Well, to increase the water, you can become still. You can sit in silence. You can just breathe. That very act is so healing. You could do meditation. I do a lot of Tai Chi. I do a lot of Qigong, which are just gentle movements of the body. Yes, I love going for a long mountain bike ride through the trails. Yes, I love, pushing some weights and feeling that high. But I also need my downtime. And that's our reset time. So again, the reset doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be very gentle, sitting, breathing, going to the water. Go and sit by the water. Go sit with your feet in the water if you can. As I said, do some Qigong. Do some gentle movements. The food we eat has a big effect on us. If we're always eating junk food, that's high in sugar and high in salt, that's going to throw our body off. So can you slowly start to introduce some gentler foods, maybe some home-cooked foods? Overstimulation is all around us, especially with the internet and social media, and a lot of social media is pretty poisonous. If there's stuff on the internet that you don't like, don't keep getting drawn to it. Don't. I see a lot of people who get involved in arguments on the internet and they get all riled up and their body gets all tight. Don't. If you argue with someone, you're not going to change their mind anyway. Right? And it's not even a judgment on you. There's something going on in themselves that's broken that they need to heal. So why bother? Why not just let it go? If there's someone on the internet that bugs me, I either just don't follow them or I just block them if I don't want to interact with them. If they're not going to help my body and my mind feel good, I don't need to give them my energy. I don't need to give them my focus. It's my time and energy is too important to waste it on something that's not even going to help me. So for me, the daily routine I try to do, and I don't do it every day, but I try when I wake up, I do some gentle Qigong, just some gentle movements. I think about my day. I set sort of an intention of being present, of feeling joy, of really appreciating things. Like my grandkids, just sitting and looking at them, like just watching them eat. It's amazing just to see. So I want to be present. I have a hot shower. I know that my wife likes cold showers. I like hot showers. Hot makes my body feel better. So I try to eat a nourishing breakfast. I drink some green tea. I remember years back when I started with a marketing company before I crashed, I was working so much. I was so out of balance. It's no wonder that I crashed. But I would start my morning literally off with a huge jug of pop, like just total sugar, because I needed to get that high because I was so exhausted. But now, because of my lifestyle, where I breathe more, I take my time more, I eat better, because of these things, I have a more natural flow. So remember, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling unmotivated, don't get mad at yourself. Don't just assume you're broken. Don't assume that you're way off than everybody else in the world. Just give yourself a break. You're human. And look at some things in your life. Little tiny modifications. Even just breathing, the very act of taking a deep breath can really help you. And I've created a community on School that's there to help and support people. We've got a challenge right now on how to wake up energized. So I actually teach you some things that I do. Things that may probably new to you because they're kind of off the beaten path, but things that you can do to start your day. So I just want you to know, if you're feeling down, you're not broken, and you don't have to heal alone, right? I'll put the link to the community down below, and if you connect with that, come and join us. I'd love to get to know you. Peace.